Entering the water safely is a skill that all swimmers should know and practice. With the help of an instructor or coach, you can learn to perform head-first entries correctly and avoid serious injury. Use a head-first entry only where the water is deep enough, and make sure there are no objects or swimmers in the water below you. Muscle control and body alignment skills are needed before learning head-first entries. You must be able to keep your arms over your head and in line with your body as you pass through the surface of the water. Body alignment skills, such as torpedoing and porpoising, are useful for practicing arm and head position in preparation for a head-first entry. Learning head-first entries is a step-by-step process. First, you'll learn a head-first entry from the sitting position. Next, you'll learn to enter from the kneeling position. Then the compact position, and then the stride position. Finally, you'll learn the shallow angle dive. In each of these positions, you want to try to enter the water at about a 45-degree angle. This angle allows you to be parallel to the surface of the water after entry, and puts you in the best position to steer up and start stroking. The first step in the progression is a head-first entry from the sitting position. Sit on the edge of the pool with your feet on the edge of the gutter or against the pool wall. Extend your arms over your head with your hands together. Focus on a spot on the surface that will allow for roughly a 45-degree entry into the water. With your chin tucked to your chest, lean forward and try to touch the water as you push with your legs. As you enter the water, straighten your body and extend both legs. Once you're in the water, angle your hands up to steer your body toward the surface. Watch the entry from the sitting position in slow motion. Here's what the entry looks like in real time. Once you're comfortable with the sitting position, practice the entry from the kneeling position. Kneel on one knee and grip the edge of the deck with the toes of your other foot. The foot of your kneeling leg is positioned to help you push away from the deck. Extend your arms over your head. Your elbows are straight and your hands together. Focus on a spot on the surface that will allow for roughly a 45-degree entry into the water. Lean forward as if you're trying to touch the water. As you move forward, push with your legs. As you enter the water, extend your legs until your body is in a straight line. Try to stay close to the surface of the water. Now, watch the entry from the kneeling position in slow motion. Notice that the swimmer keeps her head locked tightly between her arms as she enters the water. Watch the entry from the kneeling position again. To enter the water from the compact position, kneel on the deck just as you did for the kneeling position. Make sure your toes are gripping the edge of the deck. Next, lift up so that both knees are off the deck. Be sure to keep your knees bent so that you stay close to the water. Extend your arms above your head and focus on a spot on the surface that will allow for roughly a 45-degree entry into the water. Lean forward as though you're trying to touch the water. Use your legs to push off the deck. Straighten your legs and bring them together so that your body is in a straight line as you enter the water. Note how the angle of entry and the swimmer's streamlined body position allow her to stay close to the surface of the water upon entry. Now watch the entry from the compact position in slow motion. And at normal speed. Once you can enter the water from a compact position, you are ready to learn the entry from the stride position. Stand upright with one leg forward and one leg back. The toes of your forward foot grip the edge of the pool. Extend your arms above your head and focus on a spot on the surface that will allow for roughly a 45-degree entry into the water. Bend your legs slightly as you lean forward toward the water. Lift your back leg until it is in a straight line with the rest of your body. Keep your forward leg as straight as possible as you lean forward. Bring your legs together as you enter the water. Watch the entry from the stride position in slow motion. And at normal speed. The final entry from the deck is the shallow angle dive. Stand with the toes of both feet gripping the edge of the deck. Your feet can be close together or shoulder width apart. Flex your hips and knees and bend your upper body forward until your back is nearly parallel to the deck. Focus on your point of entry. Draw your arms back and up, letting your heels rise as your body begins to move forward. Immediately swing your arms down and then forward. Forcefully extend your hips, knees, ankles, and toes to drive yourself forward in a line of flight over the water. Ideally, your body should be nearly parallel to the surface. Keep your body stretched with your arms angled slightly down and your hands interlocked out in front of you. During the flight, drop your head slightly between your arms. Make your entry at roughly a 45-degree angle. Once underwater, steer up toward the surface. Keep your body fully extended and streamlined as you glide. When your speed slows, kick to the surface, then start swimming. Watch the shallow angle dive in slow motion. Notice how the swimmer pushes away from the deck and straightens her body into a streamlined position as she enters the water. Watch the shallow angle dive again. Once you are comfortable with performing each of the steps of the headfirst entry progression from the deck, you can learn other water entry skills, such as competitive racing starts and the progression for diving from a diving board.